I wrote to you, but you still ain't calling. I left my cell, my pager, and my home phone at the bottom. I sent two letters back in autumn. You must not have got 'em. Welcome to Simplified Sparky Marketing. I feel Eminem's pain. I feel that gentleman trying to get hold of Eminem. He wasn't actually trying to get hold of Eminem. He was trying to get hold of fucking Google. If you have seen my reel on Instagram, I had a bit of a pickle the other day. I think yesterday or the day before. I received an email at 8:15 p.m. and it just said that my Google My Business profile had been suspended, and no real reasons. It just said for infringements. And this is what I done, and this is a warning to you if it happens to you, because I jumped the gun and I should not have done this. When I got the email, I clicked on it, had a quick read and a quick panic, and was like, what the fuck is this about? So I clicked on appeal. I clicked the appeal button, and I was just after coming back from soccer. I was wrecked, checked the laptop, and was like, what the hell is this about? Nah, fuck, whatever. Just clicked appeal and submitted it. And when I did that, I realized afterwards that I could have submitted documents with it. But to be fair, I didn't realize or know what kind of documents that I needed to submit with the actual appeal as well. So I was between a hard place and a rock anyway. So I just hit submit. So it's been 2 days since I heard back, because I literally heard back from them once I posted the reel. It was like serendipitous. I fucking posted the reel and I think my phone buzzed with an email from Google. Firstly, I thought it said it had been approved, which would have been fucking crazy. But yeah, it's disapproved. So now I've got to have a look at this again, see what I can do. But the very frustrating thing is, once I submitted that appeal, I couldn't go back in and edit it. So I could not re-click on it and say, okay, add documents or resubmit. It was just like, tough shit, you've hit the button, await to hear from us. So I've Googled forums, I've looked on freelancer websites that could help me, and it was all, the people that could help were people that were saying, we can help you before you hit submit, essentially. So I was like, fuck. So that's a warning to you listening. If this ever happens to you, don't press any buttons, don't hit submit or appeal. Speak to somebody that knows what they're doing before you try and appeal. Now, I don't know what the hell it is, whether they have to verify my address, but my inkling is, for whatever reason, when I moved address previously, I changed the address in my listing, which was a sag in itself, which I'll tell you about. And I had a secondary listing just appeared out of nothing in the old address. So I was like, fuck it, I'll leave it. The more presence, the better. So I left it, and there was one review was put on that. Both reviews that I've got on that profile have been accidental. And I feel like that may have been the reason it got shot down. Was I was working for a guy a week ago, I think, and he left a review on that profile for whatever reason. I was like, fuck, that was really weird. And I was actually going to message him saying, sorry to be a pain, that profile is dormant. Can you put it onto this one? Because there was 500, there was actually 540 at the time, but hey, who's counting? So it would have been 541. And I feel like him leaving the review triggered something with the two profiles. I don't know what's going on, but it triggered something. And that then led to it flagging with Google. And then for whatever reason, they pulled it down. They didn't even send me an email saying, hey, what's the story? Why is there two accounts? Which one is your preferred account? We'll shut the other one down. It was just like, this one's going down. The top dog you've been working on for what, 8-9 years. I've been building this fucking profile up and treating it religiously. And something I preach to my members as well is to treat your Google business profile with a lot more love than you actually treat your Facebook page, your Instagram page, because that's where people are actively looking to buy electrical services, is on your Google business profile. So I had two accounts and they took that one down. So existing at the moment, that's why it's very pissing off. It's very annoying, but it's not the end of the world, because if they don't reinstate that last one or the previous account, I have got a secondary backup one, but I am going to have to dig up the reviews again. Now, what I'm going to do, I've got a strategy around this. I actually have a plugin on my website and it shows who's left the reviews. So what I've done is I've made a screen recording and I've taken names of all the reviews that are there. It was fucking slow and steady and very fucking monotonous. But I flick through all the reviews and I've got their names. I can then get my virtual assistant to go through the database, make a personalized email for every single one of those people that has left a review, explaining the story, and people with a good heart will leave a new review. Now, I'm hoping it doesn't come to that, but that was my point in the reel. And that's my point in this podcast as well, is we're building on rented land. And if you don't build your own house, somebody else is going to knock it down. You need to have your own database, your own website that you own. So if something happens, as I said on that reel, which I had to tiptoe around because I mentioned Zuckerberg in it, is if they decide they're going to make an algorithm change, or they are going to, for whatever reason, you've done something wrong in your account. I was even considering, I've got so much Tesla stuff on the website or on my Google business profile. Had that anything to do with it? Like, I probably had 50, 60 Tesla pictures on that profile of just work that I had done and charges that I installed. And I'm seriously questioning, is it like an affiliation with Musk that it's bad that has to come down? I don't know, because I've heard of one other Sparky last week at a meeting that I was at. He said that his had gone down, but I didn't get too much context with it. And now somebody else has commented on my post on Instagram, links underneath in the show notes. And he has said that it's happened to him and his is still down at the moment. You may even be listening to this podcast. And then big shout out to 40 from New Age Electrical. He has sent me a guy's details that I'm going to get in contact if I can't figure this stuff out tomorrow. I'll have a look in the morning. It's too depressing to look at that email, and I'm flying out to Japan tomorrow. So I don't want to depress myself, so I might leave that sit for a bit and just contact my people and see if they can sort that out. But yeah, so that is where I'm at with that. And it's like a few months ago, there was this thing that happened. It may have happened to your electrical business profile, that they removed reviews, and same thing happened. I think my reviews dropped down to like 510 or something. So 30 reviews got removed, or thereabouts. And there was no reason behind it. And it was just a glitch. Something happened. But I reckon Google are fucking around with AI. AI bots are fucking looking at stuff and they're flagging just weird shit. Like, they might have flagged that there's a duplicate account with this. Let's just pull this one down. But as I said, the most infuriating thing is I cannot just get onto a chat thing and go, hey, what's the story? Oh yeah, no, we'll fix this, fix the address, and we'll go from there. I thought I had outsmarted them, because in 2021, I had to go through a whole saga, which I mentioned at the start of the podcast, of changing my address on the listing. So when I moved, like, I don't have a fucking shop or a warehouse or whatever. It's literally in my house. So I had to deck out my garage. There was already electrical gear in there. There's like ladders and gear and shit like that in there. And there was like, I had to get my like logo and signage from like a builder's fence thing that I had luckily had since when I started the business, because I don't touch construction now. But I had that. I had to literally like drill that to the wall on the outside and FaceTime this person from Google and walk around my garage and show them my fucking ladders and shit like that. I parked my van right outside it with the sign writing. I was like, yep, that's my vehicle. This is where I fucking store all my stuff, and people come to buy electrical cable. And it was, I don't know where I was getting beamed to, but it was like very weird. It was a FaceTime call, but they didn't have their camera on, so I don't know who the fuck I was speaking to. But anyways, that got approved, and that whole email thread was still in my emails. And I was like, you fucking beaut. I am going to reply to this stating that the above address is there. Everything's been approved. What's the issue? So I made out a whole email, sent it, and then it got pinged back straight away saying this email doesn't exist anymore. Essentially, it's like, here, use the really shit helpline link. And then you go to the helpline and you just go around in circles and chase your tail. But I really fucking hope that I get an answer for this. And the fucking day I get an answer, I will make content and I will make a podcast that it will be helpful to you all listening, because it could, somebody listening to this now, it could fucking happen to you, particularly if you've got duplicate profiles. I would be getting worried. And if my old one does come back up again and it does get reignited, I am going to delete or get rid of the second dormant profile, because I feel like that's the issue. So if you're acting the bollocks and you have got 2 profiles, get rid of one, I would suggest, or not, run the gauntlet, see what happens. If one goes down, at least you'll have a backup, but it just all depends on the area. As I said, with the solution, if I hear anything or get a solution or it kicks back in and I figure out why, I will be fucking that day putting content up there because I want to be helpful to all you listeners. And shout out to all the listeners as well. There's some crazy beaming being done, a lot around Cardiff, Birmingham, London, New Zealand, and Auckland, Ireland, Australia. It's amazing. Anyway, there is, if you want any more, a lot of people that listen are not aware that there is a link underneath to my electricians only email series. The likes of this stuff is covered in it. I like to just keep the emails real, short, sweet. It's essentially a podcast in an email, but it's not the podcast. It's more ammo for your business. Anyway, review, like, all that stuff, and we'll catch you in the next one, and hopefully the next one I'll have my fucking profile back up and running. Thank you.